The war in Ukraine has entered a new phase. Drone warfare is now a major part of the conflict. Both Russia and Ukraine are using drones to attack each other. These attacks are causing significant damage and loss of life. The situation is escalating, raising concerns about the future of the war and the safety of civilians. Russia has been carrying out deadly drone strikes on Ukrainian cities. These strikes have been relentless, targeting not just military installations but also civilian areas, causing widespread devastation and fear among the population. The use of drones has allowed for precise targeting, but it has also led to significant collateral damage affecting innocent lives. These attacks have killed and injured many civilians. The scenes of chaos and destruction are heart-wrenching, with emergency responders working tirelessly to save lives and provide aid to the wounded. Hospitals are overwhelmed with the influx of injured people, and the medical staff is stretched to its limits. On January 30th, 2025, a Russian drone attack on an apartment building in Sumy killed at least 6 people. The building was home to many families, and the attack left a trail of destruction, with parts of the building reduced to rubble. The community is in mourning, struggling to come to terms with the loss. 3 elderly couples were among the dead. These were people who had lived their entire lives in this community, and their loss is deeply felt by their neighbors and loved ones. Memorials have been set up to honor their memory, and the community is coming together to support each other in this time of grief. 9 others were injured, including a child. The sight of a young child injured in such a brutal attack is particularly harrowing. Emergency responders are doing their best to provide immediate care, but the emotional scars of such an event will take much longer to heal. 120 residents had to be evacuated. The evacuation process was chaotic, with people grabbing whatever belongings they could carry and fleeing their homes. Many are now displaced, unsure of when or if they will be able to return to their homes. On the same day, another Russian drone strike hit an apartment block in Kharkiv. This attack added to the growing list of atrocities, with more lives lost and more families torn apart. The repeated nature of these attacks is creating a climate of fear and uncertainty. This attack killed 4 people and injured several others. The emergency services are stretched thin, trying to respond to multiple incidents across the city. The resilience of the Ukrainian people is being tested as they face these ongoing threats. These attacks are part of a pattern of Russian strikes on civilian targets. The strategy appears to be aimed at breaking the spirit of the Ukrainian people, but it is also galvanizing international condemnation and calls for action. The attacks are causing terror and displacement among the Ukrainian population. Families are being forced to leave their homes, seeking safety in uncertain conditions. The humanitarian crisis is deepening, and the need for international support and intervention is more urgent than ever. Ukraine is fighting back with its own drone attacks, showcasing a new era of warfare where technology plays a crucial role. These drones are not just tools of surveillance but are actively used in offensive operations. Ukraine is targeting Russian military facilities and infrastructure with precision strikes. These attacks are meticulously planned to hit key strategic points, aiming to weaken the Russian military's operational capabilities. These attacks are designed to disrupt Russia's war effort, causing significant damage to military assets and creating chaos within their ranks. The element of surprise and the precision of these strikes have been particularly effective. They also show that Russia is vulnerable to attack, challenging the perception of its invulnerability. The psychological impact on both the military and civilian population is profound, as it brings the realities of war closer to home. Ukraine wants to make the war costly for Russia, not just in terms of military losses but also economically. The destruction of infrastructure and military assets is intended to strain Russia's resources and morale. On January 28, 2025, Ukrainian drones struck the Andriopol oil pumping station in Russia. This attack was a significant blow to Russia's energy infrastructure, highlighting the strategic importance of such targets. The attack caused a fire and oil leakage, leading to environmental damage and a temporary halt in operations. The repercussions of this strike were felt both locally and in the broader energy market. The same day, Ukrainian drones also hit a missile storage facility in Russia's Tver region. This facility was a critical part of Russia's military logistics, and its destruction had immediate tactical implications. Explosions were reported at the facility, causing significant damage and further straining Russia's military supply chain. The coordinated nature of these attacks underscores Ukraine's growing capabilities in modern warfare. Section 4. The impact of drone warfare on the conflict. Drone warfare is changing the nature of the conflict in Ukraine. These unmanned aerial vehicles, or UAVs, have become a game-changer on the battlefield. They offer a new dimension of warfare that was previously unimaginable. Drones are relatively cheap and easy to use. Their affordability and accessibility mean that even smaller military units can deploy them effectively. This democratization of advanced technology is reshaping military strategies. This makes them a powerful weapon for both sides. Both Ukrainian and Russian forces are leveraging drones to gain a tactical edge. The ability to launch precise attacks with minimal risk to personnel is invaluable. Drones can be used to attack behind enemy lines. They can infiltrate enemy territory, delivering strikes with pinpoint accuracy. This capability disrupts supply lines and command structures, creating chaos and confusion. They can also be used to gather intelligence. Surveillance drones provide real-time data, allowing for better informed decisions on the battlefield. This intelligence-gathering capability is crucial for modern warfare. The use of drones is likely to increase in the future. As technology advances, drones will become even more sophisticated and integral to military operations. Their role in modern conflicts is only set to grow. Section 5. The uncertain future of the war in Ukraine. The war in Ukraine is a tragedy for both countries. The conflict has already claimed thousands of lives. It has also displaced millions of people. The increasing use of drones is a worrying development. It is making the conflict more dangerous and unpredictable. It is unclear how or when the war will end.